Going live now. Welcome to Animist Thing. And of course, as always, your girl is Blossom. How is everybody today? Today we are on, guess what? Can you believe it? Day 4 of our business tips. Woo! Day 4 of our 5-day business special. And I am saying to you, I'm actually quite surprised how quick it's gone. But I'm hoping that you have so far been blessed because, well, I know you've been blessed because I've been getting phone calls and I've been getting some texts telling me how good this is and what else. So let's do, as you know, my little segment on what has been made that you could have thought of. So the first thing I want to show you is this delightful little thing. Now, what is it, I hear you say? Well, if I open it up, ooh, and it smells good too. It's a candle, scented candle. And someone brought me this scented candle and it's in a tin. I said, okay, someone thought of that. And then, of course, everybody knows this little brand. Candles. Who would have thought that wax could start to get so popular in a tin, in a glass jar? And this is my favorite. You'd never believe it, but these little drink bottles are actually candles. And could you imagine someone took the time to make that? So this is where I'm saying to you, you have a skill or a talent that can turn into a profit. So these little things are candles and those are so cool. I love them. That's why I didn't use them for my birthday. I decided to use some plain ones. But here's my favorite for today. What's this? Yeah. What we got here? Well, I decided, soon as I like swimming and I wanted to work with my water aerobics, that I would get myself one of the flotation devices that we use in my classes, so that when I do go by myself, I can still do some of my moves. And I will tell you, whoever invented this little, well, it's not little, but again, great job. Whoever you are, thank you so much. Works wonders for me. So that's just 2 more things that we can use that someone took the time to say, I wonder if I made this, what the benefit of it would be. And we are all benefiting from it. So there you go. So today is day 4, but as you know, one likes to recap. So let's go through our recap. And I'm just going to, I like to play our music as we go through the recap. So why do we need inspiration in our lives? So we can dream big. And how do we do that? Well, of course, let's see how we start. So on day 1, we talked about what's blocking you from getting to your dreams. And we talked about fears and past hurts, dreams and desires, and then goals and proposals. Welcome to you. So after we talked about what we are fearful of, whether it's failure, whether it's a relationship that was hurting us, we then talked about the dreams that we have and how we can start to move towards those dreams and desires. And then we said we're going to start making goals. And remember, you made 3 goals with regards to what you wanted in life right now. And then we went to day 2, where we started to talk about setting the goals, setting your goals and, what, why, how, and when. So what is the goal, why you're going to choose that goal, how you intend to achieve it, and when, because we had a time frame. And then we went to day 3. What is the plan. Of course, if you're going to have a goal, you want to make a plan on how you're going to achieve it. And we use the 5-area simple plan. And remember, that included the vision, the mission, the strategy, the action plan, and one more thing. Come on, people. What was it? What was that other one more thing? Because there was 5 of them. What was that 5th thing? Your goals. So we use that, and we use, what do we use? We use the SMART goals method. And of course, that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So there's a recap of everything that we've done so far. Right? You were right. Yes, 1 was the mission. You're right. We had that. So it's strategy. It was action plan. It was vision. It was mission, and then goals. Well done. Thank you. And we use the SMART goals methodology to go and accomplish those things, which were specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So guess what? We're on day 4, and today we are going to talk about what is in a brand. How can people identify who you are? So after you have now taken the time, you've decided what your skill or talent is, we've now just made some goals that you want to accomplish, you now make a plan towards these, and now we want to have a brand because we want people to identify with us as to what it is. So how do you build your brand? I want you to think about these 5 companies I'm going to tell you about. Amazon, Nike, as I'm supposed to say, Apple, Google, and McDonald's. What is it about these 5 companies that make what you think about them straight away as I mentioned them? What is it about their logos that when you see it straight away, you identify them? What is it in their brand? So let's go with Amazon first. Everybody, it seems, loves an Amazon. And Amazon has got so popular of late due to coronavirus and the lockdown. Amazon has been, especially a single person's best friend. They be enjoying the fact that when they got a parcel for delivery, because that's another person they get to see. Amen. Okay, so you be like, my Amazon package is coming. Look, he said he's this far. So yeah, so that's Amazon. And then how do you recognize them? What is their brand? What is their logo? And we're going to look at that. Same as Nike. What does it portray? When you see the Nike sign, does it make you think about wanting to be fit? You know, it's something to do with fitness, with sport. What about Apple? What does Apple signify? And how about Google? And then McDonald's. I had to add that one because even it seems a child of 2, when they see the big M, they identify McDonald's with food. So let's have a look at some of these. So here, if you can you spot the brands I've just listed? And how many others do you recognize? So, of course, there you have Nike. It's either the tick or just Nike. Then, of course, you've got the big M. Then you've got a bite out of the apple, which is for the Apple brands. Then you have Google with all its colors. And there you have Amazon. And Amazon's favorite is the smile. Why? Because once you receive that package, you are happy. You have a smile. And as of today, as of October 2020, the list came out of the top of the world's most valuable brands. And these ones are in the forefront. So the first now in the world is Apple. And they have an annual turnover minimum of 205.5 billion. The second is Google at 167.7 billion. And the third is Microsoft at 125,300 billion. Amazon at 97 billion, Facebook at 88.9 billion, Coca-Cola at 59.2 billion, Samsung at 53.1 billion, Disney at 52.2 billion, Toyota at 44.6 billion, and McDonald's at 43.8 billion. That's some serious turnover. So, what are the areas that we need to look at for your target market to identify you and your brand? We need to look at brand strategy. A brand strategy is to help you identify the key characteristics in which you wish to personalize within the minds of your customers and audience. Then we need to look at brand positioning. Your brand position is how people will think of you in comparison to others in the same industry as yours or your service. 3, we need the brand and product naming. Your brand name is an opportunity to say something meaningful, memorable, and engaging about you and your brand. So that's the first 3. So let's think. Remember, we looked at it yesterday, strategy. You can never just go out there. One needs to have a strategy, a plan. Okay. And when you identify the key characteristics that you have for what you want to put out there, so whether it's your service or your product, then it will allow you to personalize it so that it then meets in the minds of the customers and the audience that you want. Your brand positioning, as I've shown you, there's many brands there. Let's give an example as Samsung and Apple. They are both positioned practically neck and neck. But then you will still have brands like Sony that come along. Let's just look at phones. Let's go with phones. And Motorola and Nokia and different brands. But each one has their position in the marketplace. They may not make as much as one of the others, but everybody has their brand position and how people think of them. Then you have to think about your product name. You know, this is the opportunity that your name is going to say something about you, what the mission is of your company or your service. Memorable, engaging. What is it about your name that meets your brand? And then we go on to brand identity and design. With your brand identity, a brand's identity design should complement the name and convey characteristics that may not be represented in the name or reinforce that characteristics that are there. So in other words, prime example, whereas Apple may have started off with, as they said, the Apple Mac, when they wanted to transition to build and put other products in, they removed the Mac and just left it as Apple. Because as Apple, it then allowed them to expand on other things within the brand. So as you know, they have phones, they have watches, they got tablets, they had iPods, but the iPod, they've taken the iPod away. But yes, so that's one of the ways how they adapted their brand, the Apple, to now take away Apple Mac and now just be Apple. Then you need to also think of the guidelines, your brand guidelines. Your brand should be informative and inspiring to allow consistent expression of your brand on each platform of wherever you want to have your presence. So when someone sees your brand, whether it's on their mobile device, if it's on their computer, if it's on a billboard, what information is your brand giving them? And then you need the brand experience, an opportunity for your audience to experience, feel, and understand your brand's promise, not just see and hear what you are. So what does that mean? Nowadays, we're all very emotive creatures. We all want to feel it. I'm not feeling that. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I need me that. So we're much more touchy-feely and emotive. So what is your brand? What's the experience and the feeling that your brand will give? So I'm going to put myself out there, put myself on blast and show you my branding and tell you a bit more why I chose it. So I chose this brand, which I thought would fit all I'm trying to convey. So Animist Thing, as you see, I'm wearing Animist Thing. I have Animist Thing. Animist Thing is personal to me because it talks about my transition. When you get to know me and when we work together, when I share my story from where I've come from to where I am now. So this closed, damaged, hurt individual to now I'm this flawsome individual. I have my flaws, but I'm still awesome and I embrace them. I've spoken my truth to empowerment and I am free. And that's why I can be happy and jubilant. For those of you that know me and will watch my my nuggets, I will always state that I am jubilant. Why? Because I'm in a positive and optimistic place. So that conveys my brand. So when I'm with you, depending on whatever it is, you may feel, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I'm not sure about this, or do whatever. That's okay, because we all have flaws. No one knows and is good about everything. I mean, hey, if you're perfect, well, kudos. But I know I got me some flaws. But I'm not ashamed of them and I'm not shy of them. I know that these are things that are maybe could be a challenge. A prime example, I see as one of my flaws, because I'm a lupus warrior, that oftentimes I may not have the zest and the energy as often as I desire. And that sometimes frustrates me and makes me angry sometimes, because I want to just go at stuff and do it and do whatever. But my body says, not today, boo. You better sit down. And so I try to, realize and embrace that this is a part of me, that I'm not always going to be that gung-ho, up, let's go person. There are going to be some days I need to just chillax and take some time out. Another reason that I chose the brand that I have is because, again, I want you to see I'm a flawsome and phenomenal woman. So I need you to see I'm that chocolate queen. And so that's the reason why I've chose that. So everything in there talks about the confidence, about empowerment, about speaking my truth, embracing what I am, so that when we work together, you already know who and where I'm coming from. So that's one of the reasons why I chose my brand. And another thing is I wanted to make sure that wherever you see it, whether it's on a t-shirt, whether it's on my lefty paper, whether it's on my website, whether it's wherever you see it, it stands, it has its presence, and it is transitional across all platforms. So that's one of the reasons why I chose my brand. So let's do some reflection. See, this one was an easy one because we are going to share the spotlight today. I have a very special guest here and I'm excited. So what actions will you use to design and convey your brand? So let's just, quickly go over. First, you will come up with a strategy to identify you, okay? Then you'll think about the positioning. How will people think of you, and how people will think of you to others? Because remember, with your brand, if you're positive, if you're, and you've met your customer or client's needs, they will share that with someone else. So then they will tell you, oh, they made me feel I had this experience, oh, blah, blah. That's what you desire, positioning in the minds of others. Your brand and product naming, this is where you're going to stand out. So when you see Animist Thing, that just straight away identifies who I am. Okay. Identify and design. What does your brand reflect about you? And I'm flawsome. What does it reflect about me? It's someone who acknowledges that they have flaws, but they're still awesome. Oh, sorry. What are your brand guidelines? Your brand guidelines should be informative. It tells something about you. It's inspiring and expressive of your brand. What is your brand experience? It's an opportunity for your audience to feel and understand your brand. And so moving on, I like to give you tasks for reflection. Yes, I do. I want you to start really thinking about branding and whatever product or item you have, either, like these lovely little candles here, or if I go back to, I don't know, how do you brand something like this? Oh, I just went to the sports section. But then again, there you go. It's branded. It's in the sports section and it's done for swimming. So, I want you to use the 6 areas to build a brand for your skill or talent that you've now decided can become a profitable business. Make a design brief that speaks about your brand. And now I know you think, oh, design brief, what is that? What is that? Don't panic. It's just something that they say. That's what those graphical techno people say. We're going to use some of their terminology. So we're making a design brief that speaks about your brand. Your design brief should convey your brand identity, will refer to who you are, your company's or service essential characteristics, the truths that you offer, and reasons that people are glad that you exist. Why are they happy to work with you or to receive your products or to use your products? That's one of the most positive things that you want to look at, because at the end of the day, the end result is you want to use your skill or talent for someone else to be able to also benefit. So, that's just your task for reflection. So for those of you who may even just have jumped on today, I don't want you to miss out. There has been a task for each day so far. And I am very happy to say I can just remind you, and you can still catch up because I'm nice like that. So your first day task for reflection was to write 3 columns and talk about and write down in the first column your fears or hurts, your second, your dreams and desires, and 3, your goals and proposals. Then on day 2, our task for reflections were setting 3 goals. One was to be like a personal goal, one was to be like a career goal, and one was to be a family goal. And you were going to decide what that goal was, why you chose it, how you intended to accomplish it, and when you wanted to have that goal accomplished. And then day 3, which was yesterday, we said what is a plan, and we were to use the 5 area simple plan, which entails using the strategy, the action plan, the vision, the mission, and the goals. And then to do that, we were using the SMART goals method, which was using specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely means to make that plan. So that's what we did so far. So today's task for reflection is using the 6 areas to build a brand. Your design brief should convey your brand identity and so that it can refer to who you are, your company's service essential characteristics, the truths about your company, and reasons that people are glad that you exist. See? Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's not that difficult, and it's all fun. I want you to just really just play with it, and just take your time of just taking it. Oh my gosh, what can I think of? Do I want to use a pen? Do I want to use an apple? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but it has to convey what that skill or talent is. So a prime example, if you bake cakes and if you have, somebody holding a cake like they're about to eat it or something, that kind of works. What are you conveying? I make delicious cakes. You just want to eat them. That's the kind of thing. What's the truth about them? Now, don't use cakes if you're not good at making cakes. No, I'm kidding. Of course you wouldn't, because you wouldn't want that out there, because it wouldn't make you a profit. But at the end of the day, your brand is where you're going to stand and position yourself in the marketplace. And I want you to really take the time to explore different ideas and identities. I'm trying to bring out your creative juices. That's what I'm trying to do. And, I want you to say these words. Remember our mantra. Fear does not live here anymore. Remember that? We have optimism. Fear does not live here anymore. And I am committed to building a brand that speaks true to who I am. So I want you to really think of a brand that when people see it, or hit, and wherever it is, they're like, yeah, I can identify with that. Yeah, I can, agree with that. And even for me, even when I was like looking at my brand and my logo, I was like, whoa, I wonder if my brand is really conveying everything that I want to express. And I was like, because sometimes the mishap that many of us make is we confuse the logo with branding. The logo is actually just a part of the brand. The brand is actually saying who you are. The logo is just that they can identify, that's that person. It's a bit like it's your name, your brand. So, I didn't want something that would make people have to think too hard, but I also like to have fun and laugh. And this is taken from years of personal growth and development. And, I want you to really take the time to just think about where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go. And see if the brand that you choose can transition with you on the journey. And as you can see, like Apple, there's always room for change. With the Apple Mac, all they did, took off Mac, left Apple. So there's always room for change. I want you not to limit yourself. I want you to take what skills or talents you do have and think about what you can do to make yourself have a profitable business. And I want you to dream big. Remember, this is what this is about. The inspiration that you need to dream big. And that's why you were letting go of your past hurts and fears, because that's what will block you from getting to where you need to. So today, as I hand over, I always like to share with you a business. And the second business, the person's going to actually talk, which is my special guest. But today, I want to share with you Dr. Kia Fisher. Dr. Kia Fisher, for those of you who watch my OMG reviews, we have been discussing of late, speaking our truth and allowing when you speak your truth to empower you. Because it's when you speak your truth that you become empowered. And what people don't realize is oftentimes we hide stuff. We're embarrassed, we're ashamed. And that's, if you're a victim of sexual abuse or violence, you often don't want anyone ever to know that because you're trying to overcome that. And one of the things that I love about Dr. Kia, she will help you and bring you into that place where you can speak your truth. And I just, I love how she just says here, everyone has a divine calling and a purpose. The wilderness is a place that every believer has to experience to be molded for their divine purpose. She has been dragged through hell. She has fought and brought her back to life. And her purpose now is to put in alignment with where she was and always destined to be. She inspires others to experience something, and especially women, to live their best lives by being emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, and physically, and sexually healthy. And she's been doing this for over 10 years, and that light has made her noticeable. And her passion now is for you to also be free. So that's another person's business that I am promoting today, and that's Dr. Kia Fisher. So I'm going to go to my special guest, and I am excited. Yes, I am. Woo! Hey! So, welcome to Melissa Jane. Yes, woohoo! We are so happy to have you here with us today. So I'm not even going to tell them who you are. I want them to, because we've been talking about branding, but there's another stage of branding, and that phase of the branding is where the beautiful Melissa Jane comes in. So,
hello, everybody. Hello. How you doing, Anna? How you doing?
I'm good. Tell them something about you and what's your business, because we're all here to know and learn.
Hey guys, if you're watching, my name is Melissa Jane, and my business really, I am a digital marketing strategist. And that includes a lot of different things as far as I'm concerned, because I'm a techie. So I come from the technical side of things. I teach on all the tools of social media, pretty much, and I help you with the technical gap because a lot of people, especially some of the older people, may just need that extra help where the technology is concerned. Because you might say, okay, go ahead and post this ad that you've just had created for you, but do you know how to post that ad? You know, I've had clients come to me and say, I've just had this amazing ad posted for me, but I don't created for me, but I don't know how to post it. So I kind of come in and fill that technical gap. That's just one aspect of what I do.
We like that. We like that. We like that. You see, that's a positive. So now once someone has this, made their brands, and as you said, they've now got this, promo that they want to get out there. How would they, when they come to you and say, look, this is my video clip, or this is my picture, what am I supposed to do with it? Where do I post it? Where do they go?
So that's where we have to kind of create a digital marketing strategy or a social media strategy, whichever fits to them. Now, if there's a person that is always on Facebook and they love Facebook, they get a lot of great engagement on Facebook, then why not stick with Facebook? Because that's where your people are at. Some people make the mistake by trying to go where they're not really comfortable, or their following is not there. I mean, they might have to start building from scratch, which is fine if that's what they want to do. But don't try to expect that you're going to be off and running to the horses, whatever. In Instagram, if all of your time is spent on Facebook, that's going to take some. That's going to take some time. So essentially, what I'm saying is, create a strategy on the platform that either you're most comfortable with or that you want to grow.
Right.
So, for example, let's just start with Facebook.
Right.
Again, if you're very comfortable with Facebook, and there's so many different aspects of Facebook. I have a course. All of the things that I'm going to tell you, I have probably a course on it. But basically, I have a course on Facebook. There are so many different elements to Facebook that the average person might not know that you can take advantage of. For example, Facebook Shop. There's a Facebook Shop a feature where you can go in, you can put your products into the shop and have those promote your stuff. You have the Facebook, you have Facebook tools like the Facebook Creator Studio, where you can just go in and schedule a ton of posts, block out a day, a few hours, schedule your posts so that you don't have to come post every day. Take advantage of these kind of tools. So again, you'd have to come, I would work with a client, build out a strategy. It might be a month, it might be 3 months, it might be 6 months. It's not something that's going to happen overnight as well. It's something that there's groups, there's Facebook groups, which is another awesome feature of Facebook. It's about community. You need to create a place where you can communicate with the people that are interested in your thing. Don't try I mean, you might have 2,000 friends on Facebook. Right. They're not all interested in your product, your service, right? So that's where you want to create a smaller community. Well, hopefully it's going to be it'll grow into a bigger one, but it's a specific community for a specific reason, and everybody is on the same page in that community. Once you grow a little bit in there, people get to know you, like you, trust your content. Those are potentially your customers.
Fantastic. So I did my brand, and prime example, since lockdown, I've seen so many more people, which I'm proud of them, making things like scented candles, scented oils, making hand sanitizers. of different kinds. So I've made my brand, and how would I then, with social media, promote that? With, like you said, we were on Facebook. Before I get a group, no one's really interested in my stuff in the group. So where would I do that first on Facebook?
Yeah, so I would recommend at least starting with a business page, a Facebook business page. Okay. And within your business page, you want to customize that business page or optimize that business page so that it starts working for you immediately. For example, a particular strong description, introduction, use the real estate of your header to convey your candles, your products, a beautiful header, because that takes up so much space. And anytime somebody comes to your page, that's usually the first thing that they see: a header, description, links to your website if that's where you're selling your products,
right?
Links to your Etsy website if that's where you're selling your products,
right?
Wherever you're selling the products, links to those. Create compelling graphics. And this is another tool that I wanted to tell you about is Canva is, I think, hands down, one of the best tools for creating graphics, creating videos even, to promote your product. So there's a free version and there's a paid version, and you can do a whole lot with the free version. So, when you're starting out, you kind of want to save some of the pennies sometimes. So I would recommend using some of the free tools that are available. So again, creating compelling graphics, uploading them, again, putting your caption in there, put in links to where they're being sold. Every post that you make, I would say, to have a link back to your shop. But not only that, but have content that is going to educate people on your product or on the industry. For example, with candles, maybe, I don't know anything about candles, mind you, but I'm going to start brainstorming here. Maybe you're going to talk about some of the benefits of candles, some of the benefits, some of how it makes you feel, how when you smell it, it gives you a nice, comforting, soothing feeling. How at the end of the evening you might light candles, have it around your bath to give you that experience. So you're going to post things like that to identify with the people who are going to likely want your product.
That's correct. Fantastic. So now I didn't realize this thing is strong. Don't worry, we'll soon have smell-o-vision, and then you'll be able to smell it. But for now, it's very strong. I wouldn't have realized that because I don't open it half the time. It's just like an ornament. But so now I've gone to Canva as a platform, and I love Canva, and I always direct people to Canva. I think especially when you're starting out, it's a good, easy kind of platform. It's quite simple to kind of get an idea of. And if you're not as tech savvy, whereas it's telling you when you go on some things, coding, block, that's too much. So this is a simple, I like that picture. You can change your picture. Okay, nothing confusing. So I've got my promo now. I've made my flyer. I've got my scented candles, and I want you to use them for reflexology. That's what it is. I want you to be relaxed. I want you to know that when you smell the lavender, you smell the hemp, whatever, it's going to put you in a mood where you can be free. And now I've gone onto Facebook and I see that I've got my business page, the shop. What am I supposed to do with that? How am I going to get people to see that, to now go to my shop?
All right. So there's going to be a lot of different types of strategies that you might want to explore. One example could be all of the things that I was just telling you about the smell and about the different ways to use the candles. Maybe this will be one strategy to create a simple ebook. All right, a simple freebie that you might want to give out. Okay,
right.
So you can then have that on a page, a sales page, a one pager, which just goes over, which is going to capture the person's name and email address, a quick sign up where you're going to capture their email and they're going to download this freebie, or it might even be a physical product. It might be just a a sampling of your
Right.
candle. Okay, so it's going to be something that's either very, very
Simple.
inexpensive or
Right.
free.
Right.
The purpose of this freebie or inexpensive offer is to capture their email address. So this is the
Right.
strategy of email marketing.
Marketing.
Again, another
Right.
strategy, right?
Yeah.
So once they see your amazing graphic online and they click on to your sales page, not the sales page, the sign up page for this freebie,
Right.
you capture their email. And now that you have their email, then you're going to start to nurture them through email marketing. All right. It doesn't just stop with that one email and that one offer that you've given them.
Right.
You want to continue to nurture
That's
them,
right.
stay in front of mind. You know, you could start with once a week if you want to be generous or moderate. Some
Right.
people are very, very aggressive and they're going to send you emails every single
All the
day.
time.
So it just depends.
I don't like.
It just depends on how you are and how
Right.
you want to do your thing. I think what every day is way too much.
It's too much.
And there's a place for that for those for me, and that's like delete. But
Yeah.
let me not say that.
No,
But
I'm gonna be real.
It's a different
That's
strategy.
me. I don't like being bombarded with all these different emails from the same person. Oh, you forgot this. No, I didn't. I chose not to. If I want to speak to you, and you see what happens is then when you become, and that's like forceful, it just puts your back up. Like I'm not a salesperson. I just know that's not me. So when it comes to, saying to somebody, do you want my wares? Are you interested in this? I just ain't got a clue. It isn't I don't have a clue, but that's not who I am. What's the best methodology for me is actually interacting and engaging with my audience, building a rapport with them, letting them realize that what I say is what I am. This is my authenticity, my genuine, speaking my truth, and this is us. We will have a great time working together, and of course we will still play together because I love to play and mess about, but we are going to work hard just as well. And so that's how I build up my clientele. And my phone sometimes I have to be like, hello, we're not in the same time zone sometimes, with what it is. So one of the things that I found is people are now saying to use not just Facebook and Instagram. People then say use YouTube. You're on YouTube and you're trying to watch something and then something pops up, and then you've also now they've added TikTok to the brand, and then you've got the younger generation that use Snapchat. I'm like, when will you not stop? And Tumblr and what would you say is the best strategy to get yourself out there but be consistent? Because I like to stick to my niche market. I like to make my target audience and then say, this is where I'm at and this is where I'm going to work and do well, build my platform, instead of trying to be all to many. What's the platform? What do you suggest as a strategy?
What I would suggest in this scenario, because it happens to all of us, you can't be everywhere at all times. And
Right.
when you see people that are, it's because they have an entire team of people working for them. If you see somebody like, some of these big names out there, Gary Vaynerchuk, for example, right?
Yeah, Tony Robbins.
Right.
Yeah.
They have entire teams to do this. So don't try to be like them until you are closer to them.
Level,
until you're at that level, until you can afford. Because what I always say, and I've said it to you many times, if you can't do it all yourself, you're going to have to pay someone else to do it. So for that reason, when you're starting out, pick one or two or three platforms that you're comfortable with. For example, for me, I have 3 platforms that I'm comfortable with, that I'm on actively, and it's really, really 2, because one it kind of serves itself at the moment for where I want it to be. Let me just give you an example. My main platform is Facebook, because I've been using Facebook for the longest amount of time. That's where my people are. I come on online every single week, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock So that's where my people for years are expected to see me.
Yes, and I try to stay up to. Yes, yes.
All right. So 8 p.m. Eastern time, that is.
Yes.
That's 1 o'clock for you. Now, so for me, Facebook is my place. I'm going to go deep into Facebook. Anytime I post something on Facebook, people immediately respond. However, I'm trying to build my Instagram, and it's a lot of hard work because you really have to post a lot and engage a lot. But it's getting there. So I would say just behind Facebook, for me, Instagram is a close second. It's taken a lot of time to really get in there, post. Engagement is so key. You have to communicate with people. And let me just put a public notice out there for people that are using Instagram. Don't just like, comment as well, save as well, share as well. You know, just by liking, double tap to like. It's kind of like blah, you know, it's like, but if you comment, you're actually getting your name out more because your name is being seen after you've commented.
That's true.
The DMs is a great place. Get into people's DMs. If you have to offer something that is of value, that's on something that they're looking for. Don't just jump into people's inbox is just starting to offer immediately because you don't even know the person.
What they want,
trying to build up that relationship. It's called social media for a reason. Be social. Don't just be a hard a car salesman just rushing in there. Oh, you know, I got this. Do you want? Come on now, people. Let's be nice. Let's be social.
I want to welcome another guest that we have at the moment. Her name is Jackie Mapiva. She actually has a route to victory. She's a business consultant and life coach. She creates growth strategies that help you to thrive in areas of personal development, business planning, and government contracts. She is a whiz biz at getting you government contracts. So you definitely need to touch base with Jackie and get her to help you if you're trying to get your business seen and get a government contract. And there are many out there. The one thing that governments have to do, and they should do for fair practice, is to put things out to tender. And when they put things out to tender, it gives the little guy an opportunity to get her foothold. And also collaborations, which is another thing that I'm going to speak to you about today, Melissa. Collaborating. Right now, people don't realize, even though I'm asking you questions for them, you're hearing from me, we're collaborating. This is allowing your business to be put out there. And this is also allowing for my clientele to know, okay, I can now tap into Melissa Jane because she's gonna help me with this area. For me, I know I'm not just Messiah. I can only do a few things well at a time. So because of that, I like to share the load. So I'm going to give it to you. Oh, so we have a question here from Melissa. What's your handle? What do you do? Someone who came on a bit late wants you to just tell again what it is that you do, because they're interested. So just tell
Not a problem. As a matter of fact, could I share a screen just to share a slide of mine?
Yes, you can. You can share. Share away.
Okay, let's go ahead and share so that we can give, I'm going to share a tab here, and it's going to be...
Let me stop. Right, there you go. You should have access now.
Okay, let's go to this one. Let's share this.
Yeah, so add it. I'm going to add it now, yes?
Yep, go ahead and add it now.
There you go. Woo!
All right. As a matter of fact, let me just put this over here. Let me just do it like this instead. I want to go full screen.
Oh, look, she's showing up now, guys. She's showing you all her tech stuff, guys.
Listen, guys. I'm a techie. So here's, if you can take off the welcome to biz tips for a second.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
Give you all your flavor. There you go.
So I'm Melissa Jane. For those who are joining, thanks for being here. And I'm a digital media strategist, and it covers a lot of different things. My telephone number for those who are in the States, 954-279-3893. My website, melissajane.com, and it's just a simple a list of a few links of the things that I have going on right now. My email, info@melissajane.com. Instagram, Melissa Jane. Facebook, Melissa Jane, social media trainer. YouTube, Melissa Jane. So as you can see, I'm trying to do what you said earlier, Anna, as far as the branding, trying to be consistent across all platforms. But just let me tell you a little bit more of what I do. And this might explain it a little bit better. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed with social media marketing, if you're confused about all the different platforms and you don't know which social media strategy will work for you, you don't have the time to be consistently online. So this is where someone like me will come in. And I can help with something as simple as training you how to do something for yourself. So, for example, we talked about Facebook earlier. There's so many different aspects of Facebook. If this is an area where you just want to dig deep and you really want to make this your own and master all the different techniques that are available, then I can actually either give you a course, you can work by it through yourself, or can do a group session or a one-to-one. So there's lots of different levels of what I do. And lots of different areas of social media. So I don't just do Facebook only, Instagram, YouTube, even what we're looking at right now, StreamYard. It's a really cool program that has a lot of features that I don't know if everybody's tapping into them. So, things like that. So that is really kind of in a nutshell. This is some of my slides I was going to talk about earlier, but we've pretty much gone through all of them. Essentially, that is who I am, and I do want to just let you guys know. Of course, it's Black Friday season right now.
That's true. And she's coming with her Black Friday offers. Go for it, girl. Go for it.
Since I've had the slides up.
Where's your dollars? Where's my money? Oh, I left my money too. I left the money too, people. Go for it.
If you go to melissajane.com/Black Friday, then you'll see a little bundle that I have, which is my sales with video course. It's a 45 minutes to an hour video course. It includes a workbook and a freebie. In addition to that, I have the video and audio editing course. Again, it's about 40 minutes or so, little snippets, little bite-sized lessons in that course. Right. And then just to top it off, I just threw in also the how to gain confidence, how to develop confidence, a mini training, which has a little workbook as well. So if you're interested in sort of getting the whole sort of sense of video marketing, video editing, confidence online, that's really my specialty, as well as IT, social media, video strategy, etc., etc., etc.
See, we got you covered. You see how we roll here? We got you covered. She's got you with all that techie stuff. I got you with all the foundational stuff. I mean, come on now, people. You got no excuses. No excuse. Let me put my glasses on. I found these glasses. Let me tell you. Look. Let me tell you. Look. You see this? This is me. Look. And we matching.
We're matching.
This is me telling you we going in. There is no reason why you cannot take that skill or talent that you have. I never really saw myself on screen with glasses. I think I was confused. Right? So, you have to really take the time right now. This is 2020. I don't want you to be stuck in the same place 21, 22, 23. No. There is no excuses now. We've seen how the world's gone mad, and that's just keeping it real. This is not just one country. This is the world's gone mad. Okay, so normally when you look at those world's craziest videos, you see it here. But no, this is worldwide. Okay, and what's happening is it still allows you. What it's doing is opening a new market. A new market is opening for profitability. And what you have to look at is companies are adapting. Microsoft has adapted with Microsoft Teams. Zoom just fell into the ballpark by having Zoom there, and then all of a sudden we all zooming. Zoom. We're just zooming. I'm zoomed out crazy. But and I actually now, because of that, prefer Teams. And then you've got Google Hangouts. But so people are coming, and there's always been other platforms, webinar platforms like WebEx, you know, Big Marker, Webinar Jam. There's quite a few out there, but no one's saying, well, because that person's there, I can't bring my brand, I can't bring my product, I can't use my skill or my talent. So what I'm saying to you now, people, is the time to begin and start something new, something you've always dreamed of, something you've always desired, is now. And that's the same as myself. I have chosen this. This is a 5-day special because I wanted to give you guys something back for Thanksgiving. We've had such a yeah, and it's like, what can I do that can help you all and give you the foundational tools to take those baby steps and move forward? And this is it. These after tomorrow, because it's Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be having to host this from another location instead of here at home in my studio. I'm going to be going to another location because it's Thanksgiving, and I'm still going to be there for you. I'm going to give you that, you know, that day five special right there. Okay. And in so doing that, you know, after that, the videos will only be available until Friday. And then after Friday, they will be going into the video vault. If you want them, well, you're going to have to be my best friend and join my tribe. So, you know, and at the end of the day, I too have my Black Friday sale, which you've seen that I've been promoting, and I'm going to put further out. And I have a Cyber Monday sale also. And then once that, things are going back to full price. So everything that you've heard here that are, you know, we two ladies that rock right now have put forward to you, come to us. Today is one of the best deals, especially with this video vault that we've got here. My video vault it's been slashed. $29. That's it. That's a lot of content that you guys will be getting, and you can go back. And once you do that, it brings you lifelong membership. That's an extra special bonus for me, that you have lifelong membership. You can to my tribe, and my tribe, as you remember from we've been talking about, it's fat. We are fabulous and thriving because we are just flossing, okay? And so what it is that in there, I'll give you tidbits and I'll share with you each week different things to help you and boost your business. So this is a really good deal, guys. For those of you who want people who are real, genuine, keep up with the latest trends, innovative ideas, always developing and processing new things, we are the ladies to hook up with. Definitely, I can tell you that much.
Nice.
The person has said thank you so much for letting them know, and they're going to try and look you up on Instagram. So that's someone there that wants to talk to you.
And also, can I just also say one more thing? I do have, if I could just share my screen one last time, which I forgot to do before. I do have okay. I have a free Facebook group. It's called MJ Tech Learning Center, and each week I have free trainings in there. So if you're interested in some freebies, then this is something that you're interested in. It's all techie stuff. It's all will help you, and it's things that will say, "Oh, I never thought about that." And then I have another freebie to give you. If you go to melissajane.com and click on the second or third link that says free ebook, it's a 13 page ebook about how to go live on Facebook. If you're one of these people that are shy, that just need a little help to go live on Facebook, go live on Instagram, just to go live, make videos. It's one of the best ways to connect with your audience, just as we're connecting with you right now. If you need help in that area, it's a free ebook. It gives you tips on how to do that. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, guys, we have spent an evening with you, and I never knew. You see, I don't wear glasses, and I just put these things on, and I feel confused. It's actually making things look way much better. Maybe I should wear the glasses. I think that might be why I actually had to go to the opticians this week, because I'm not seeing properly. I should have wore the first glasses. Anyway, so now I'm having to go and get a new bunch. I just found these. I was like, you mean I had some glasses? And I bought some new ones. But anyway, so yeah. So guys, I want to say thank you for spending time with us. It's been awesome. I'm so appreciative of Melissa Jane joining us. She has made the evening. She's just clinched that. I mean, and you guys have got to check her out. And Thursday nights, if you're in BST, so British Standard Time, it might be tight, but go and have a nap first and then wake up. She is on. That's actually like 1 a.m. in the morning. But it's fun. It's informative. And then she's a music guru too. This woman has some skills, y'all. She got some skills. And then she be dropping those tunes. So you guys need to, really check her out. You will not be disappointed. And so for me, you have one more day of this. Because, of course, Thursday, as I had told you a couple weeks ago, is now going to be my consistent business tips day. So on a Thursday, that's when I will be doing biz tips. I just gave you an extra special this week. So tomorrow is biz tips day and Thursdays from then on. And one of the things that I'm going to be coming to you about are things like Bitcoin, investing, and all different kind of business tips and ideas, different questions and things that I get asked about. So just giving you some tips and little maneuvers on how to work with those. So thank you all again for joining. It has been a pleasure. Please,
Anna,
yes.
Let me just say, I want to thank you for having me on your platform. And like I've invited you to be on mine on a Thursday night. If you could stay up that late,
I'm going to stay up. I have to plan. I have to
plan ahead. But I want to thank you again for extending your show to me and allowing me to share my stuff for your audience. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, sweetie. Anything but love. I always want to promote and encourage and support others because I truly have a belief system that it can be lonely at the top. So I need friends. I need me some friends. No, I am always desiring to bless and share. What you have and what you do is unique to you, and you bless others. And what I do is, and I'm not fearful. And that's one of the amazing things about being Flossom. You don't fear stuff. You are good to go. You do you, boo. I love you for you. And I'm going to do me. Okay, guys, I'm going to say bye and we'll see you tomorrow. So thank you so much.
Alrighty, bye.
And I'm going to end this one. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.